My body. Stay away from me. Any last words, Satis? Go to hell. No. What? Who did this? Impressive, someone at the second level actually dealt a realm-level blow. Elder. Only 4th-level vampires are allowed to study large-scale spells like this. In terms of talent, you may be even better than the top. What does it have to do with you? Are you working with that mad dog Satis? The new king entrusted me with the task of saving the descendants of vampires and ending the turmoil. Duchess Satis is on my protection list too. Since when do we have a new king? A self-proclaimed king, I guess. Miss Tina, I don't want to meddle in the conflict between you and Duchess Satis. But we have some questions for that human princess. If you stop resisting, I'll ensure your safety. Ridiculous. You slaughtered the people of my land and humiliated Loferno. And now you want me to give up my honor, kneel in front of you, and beg for mercy. This is the quickest way to end the turmoil. Those people's sacrifice is necessary. Perhaps you don't know the war I went through. There were fierce battles everywhere, and the city was enveloped in smoke. Refugees panicked, and soldiers suffered heavy casualties. That day, vampires were unable to save themselves, and the situation now is so similar to that one. Vampires can't afford to have another war. You don't want chaos in this young empire to continue, do you? What does it have to do with me? What I want to protect has never been vampires. This is one of my awakening spells. As long as there are shadows, I can summon these black vines that won't be affected by magic. Your body is overloaded, and you've got no strength left now. Give up, you can't defeat me with that body. No, even if I die. I won't let you stop Her Highness. Elder, are we out of danger? I think so. I haven't been in such a dangerous situation since the Battle of Queen's Landing. Her fully unleashed extreme ice constitution is almost as strong as the golden holy veins. I can't believe she dealt that blow. It was my fault that such a genius was killed in this way. You mean, Tina's dead? She ignored my dissuasion and completely unleashed her ice container constitution. And she used its energy to freeze the hall and herself when the power went out of control. She determinedly stopped us from interfering with the transmission of the magic node teleportation device. It's just a few pieces of ice. How can they stop us? What? It froze my flames. The abyssal ice is produced by the purest ice mana core. It can freeze any form of energy. The effect will last at least a week. There's nothing we can do before the magic loses efficacy. It is not the thick ice that stands in our way. It's her unwavering determination. Damn woman, she's still hindering us even though she's dead. As soon as the ice melts, I'll drag you out and tear you apart. Stop it, Duchess Satis. You've got what you want. Please let Tina rest in peace. Look who's here, Vilo, the eldest son of Loferno. I remember you were the one who provided us with the information about Her Highness and let our troops enter the city. Isn't it too late for a traitor to feel pity for your younger sister now? I just want the conflict to be over soon. I've done what you asked me to do. I hope you'll keep your promise to free my father and redress the wrongs done to my family when the new king ascends to the throne. I'm sorry, Tina. You're still so good at making excuses for your selfishness and hypocrisy. I doubt the Loferno family will still be among the 13 noble families. Tina. This place is. Why is it the magic inscription of the Blood Spirit Empire? Wrong coordinates. Congratulations, Your Highness, on your safe arrival. However, the destination isn't the one you picked. You chose an alley in the south of the city. But we changed it to the basement of the palace. It turns out to be a scheme. Looks like the mole in the Loferno family has infiltrated the royal family. Her Majesty ordered us to wait here and arrest you. Please do not resist. Hilarious. Your master is still using the dead queen to save his own reputation. He's really cunning. We don't want to fight you, Your Highness. Please come with us. Given how they're reacting to my words, maybe something really happened to Lilias. I hope it isn't too late. Do you really think such a weak restrictive array can stop me? Dream on. Your Highness, this is the silent slaying array of the ancient empire of vampires. It was used to suppress the members of the royal family who made mistakes. Even the ancient queen was unable to resist it, not to mention you. Damn it, no wonder I couldn't feel the energy waves of my mana core or connect the world of spirits. Relax, Your Highness, we were ordered to seal your bloodline. We won't kill you. Someone wants to see you. The Palace of Vampires. It's been a long time. Welcome to my palace, Becky. It turns out you're the usurper, Uncle Zachary. Looking at the palace where you used to live, you must be sentimental. If you had been a good kid, I would have accepted you as my niece. If I hadn't escaped from the Scarlet Territory, you wouldn't have gotten the chance to slander Lilias, let alone usurp the throne. In a way, I did you a big favor. Lilias was mediocre and incompetent. She did nothing beneficial during her reign and caused serious internal conflicts in the empire. People suffered. I had to replace her. It is the will of heaven and the people. I am Lilias's brother. I have the purest royal blood. I know military strategy and how to run this empire. No one in the court is more experienced than me except for Badgley. I deserve to be the empire's new king. You know everything you said is untrue. What did you do to Lilias? You'll find out soon enough. You look more like our ancestors now. Did you learn the secret of the silver daggers and use them to purify your blood? Don't think everyone is as despicable as you. You stole other vampires' blood and purified it like a thief. You don't care about vampires' lives at all. Those insignificant vampires are supposed to sacrifice their lives for nobles like us. Once the purification succeeds, I'll become as strong as our ancestors and conquer the entire continent on their behalf. They should be proud. But you won't reach our ancestors' level even if your blood is purified. You're a human, a member of the most inferior race. The nobles and lords will not recognize you as the legitimate heir to the throne. Since I'm so useless in your eyes, why did you go to the trouble of taking me back from Sephora land? As the new king, I have to give the lords, nobles, and the people an explanation for the nationwide chaos and panic. Words alone are not persuasive enough. I need something more convincing. Your head, for example, will do the trick. In the end, you're just afraid that I may threaten your position. Guards, lock her up and guard her carefully. Yes, Your Highness. Don't be too harsh. Let her be the princess again in the last few days of her life. The Cloud Yard, Royal Palace. I didn't see you for only a few hours. How did you get chained up so soon, Master? Too bad you couldn't even protect yourself. Miro, have you broken the seal on the world of spirits? Come on, it's the silent slaying array of ancient vampires. How could I break it so soon? What's the situation? Can't stall him anymore. Don't worry, Zachary wants to consolidate his position. So he will definitely announce that I was the one who caused the disturbance, and then he'll sacrifice me to heaven to comfort those who were killed by him. The preparations will take them quite some time. I still got a few days to live. Be careful before the execution. You're not even as strong as an ordinary human. None of us can help you before we break the seal on the world of spirits. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Welcome to the Cloud Yard, Your Highness. Commander, His Highness Zachary ordered that Her Highness Becky should be treated as a princess. Why is she still in chains? Are you going to disobey His Highness's order? I'll report this to Zachary if you don't unchain me. Sorry, I'll unchain Her Highness right away. Your Highness, this is where you'll stay in the next few days. Feel free to ask me for anything you need, I'll get it ready for you. And I have to make one more thing clear. There are many rooms here. You can sleep in whichever room you like except for one room. Do not go to the room at the far end of the right side on the 3rd floor of this building. It's a shame that you survived the coup. Are you asleep? Open your eyes or I'll paint on your face. I knew you missed my embrace after being away from home for so long, Becky. You're mistaken. I'm not your daughter Becky or anyone else you know. You've picked up some barbaric habits when you were away. Now you even have the guts to lie to me. Looks like I need to teach you a lesson. Bite. Your blood is still so tasty. Zachary finally did one good thing. Why are you here? Didn't Zachary kill you after he usurped the throne? Maybe he recalled the past when he was going to kill me. He took away my bloodline and locked me up here. I didn't expect you to be sent here too. Didn't see this coming, did you? You lost your power and were locked up like a pet. Looks like you've forgotten all the family rules after so many years of traveling. The punishment just now isn't enough. I need to teach you my rules again. I'm sorry, Mom, stop tickling me. Help. I'm exhausted. You're still a kid. Sleep, Becky, sleep. I'll probably do something stupid in my opinion. Maybe you had the same feelings back then. Chestnut. Your Highness, I've brought them here. You'll get what you want after drinking the potions. But you'll, please reconsider your decision, Your Highness. Mom. Good girl, drink this. Have a good night's sleep, Becky. And stay alive. The day of execution. Today, I gathered my ministers and the elders who served the ancient queen and witnessed the rise and fall of the old empire. For the trial of the former Princess Becky Lethembo. You've gotten rid of all your political opponents and controlled all the factions. Now you're going to eliminate the only threat to your throne. You're afraid, Uncle Zachary. Ridiculous. His Majesty Zachary has been recognized by all the elders as the well-deserved new king. Becky Lethembo, you disobeyed the orders of the former queen, betrayed the country, colluded with foreign enemies, and disturbed social order. Many people were homeless because of you. These crimes are punishable by death. Your Majesty, this woman is unrepentant and stubborn. She should be executed for the unforgivable crimes that she committed. Black, you're being too hasty. Since this is a trial, we shouldn't just listen to your side of the story. Red, are you still going to defend the former princess who has been convicted of rebellion? Don't forget the government is about to collapse, and many people died in this country. We must find someone to bear the anger of the people. She's the most suitable candidate in terms of identity and people's feelings. Elders, please do not harm the rapport between you for my niece. I feel ashamed for not educating her well and letting her stoop so low. Even though I'm very reluctant to do it, I must give my people an explanation. I'll leave the execution to you, Elder Black. Yes, Your Majesty. This is the best way. Meanwhile. Cream cake. Mom, don't. Wake up. There's nothing we can do. Lilias gave her too many knockout drops. She's sound asleep. I guess she won't wake up until the morning after tomorrow. That Zachary is from an offshoot of the royal family, and his blood isn't pure. Why are you so worried about that queen? I just don't want that fool to regret it. Lilias is her mother, after all. We can only hope that she'll wake up herself, but that's hardly possible. How much longer will it take to remove the entrance seal of the world of spirits? It's almost done, but we can't go out if Becky doesn't give us permission. So there's nothing we can do. If she doesn't wake up, we can't help her. Yes. Lilias. I can't believe you woke up so early. Somehow, I suddenly felt uneasy. Where's Lilias? I don't see her. I'll explain later. We're running out of time. Your mother dressed like you and is receiving trial in your stead. Your Highness, do you have any last words or unfulfilled wishes? I can try to satisfy you. Drop the act. I don't need your false compassion. She has the noble temperament of a queen. If the decision hadn't been made, I would support this princess. Then don't blame me. You have been sentenced to death. What? That's... Stop. You blind. Brainless vermin. That's the Soul Eater. My queen, why are you? I'm not your queen, you dumbass. Take a good look at me, do you know who I am now? You didn't even know who you were trying. I doubt if you are professional. So, the one who was going to be executed just now is. You've become rebellious, or perhaps I didn't educate you well. Why are you acting like a heroine now? I'm not, don't be mistaken, I just don't want to owe you a favor. Did the former queen volunteer to be executed in the sinner's place? If this princess really were obsessed with power, why would the former queen risk her life to save her? Is there something else we don't know? I've had enough of you too. Lilias. I was kind enough to let you live, but you tricked me like this. It's simply because you're too stupid, uncle. You couldn't even see through such a simple trick. How are you going to run this country? I'm afraid there will be no future for the Scarlet Territory. If the country is handed over to a tyrant like you, it will even be destroyed. Who are you? I'm the only survivor of the Brantley family. When I returned home 2 weeks ago, I found that my home had been turned into hell. All the elders of the family and servants were dead. Ronnie, the third son of Brantley. And the murderer is this witch. Ronnie, have some respect for Her Highness. Sitha, you're still alive, but you look different. Did that witch do this to you? Don't talk nonsense. If it weren't for Her Highness, I couldn't even maintain my current form. I want you to remember this, the one who murdered our family is the guy on the throne. He deluded our elder brother into killing our father and sucking my bloodline with a silver dagger. And then he made Her Highness a scapegoat for the massacre of our family carried out by the troops of Sadice. And that guy on the throne was the mastermind. How could it be His Majesty? It's so hard to believe. It's the truth. Look at her, Ronnie, she's not your sister Sitha Brantley. Your sister died in the massacre. This one is just a spirit summoned by the traitor Becky with a spell. You can't trust her. If the Sadice family really wanted to kill all the members of the Brantley family, why did we let you live? Why did we escort you all the way to the capital? Think about it. Well, to make that poor boy accuse me, of course, you can use him not only to convict me but also to control the Brantley family. After all, this boy is gullible, he's the best candidate for the puppet leader of the future Brantley family. Are you really my sister? I was turned into a spirit, but don't you recognize me anymore, Ronnie? I remember you broke our father's favorite vase when you were 7. Father had you stand barefoot in the snow, and I brought you boots secretly. Only my sister and I know this. It really is you, sister. You're still alive. Have I been cleared of charges now? Not so easily, Your Highness. You must pay for the murder of my father and my brother. Macklin, the eldest son of Ston. How curious, a son of Prince Ston actually loves his father. What? Maybe you should also ask someone in your family what exactly happened. It's about time she arrives. Your Majesty, the city is surrounded by an unknown army. They claimed to be the troops from the southern states and demanded the immediate release of the princess. Ridiculous, the southern states are thousands of miles away from here. Those unruly people don't even have enough food. How did they come to the capital? Well, the head of the rebels is a girl with silver hair who claimed to be Lika Ston, the Lady of the Southern States. Since when is Lika the Lady of the Southern States? Could she be the silver-haired female warlord with an unknown background? If you want to know about the Ston family's massacre, you can ask Lika to come here, but I wonder if Zachary is willing to let you do so. Your Majesty, the elders promised to help you secure the throne, but that doesn't mean we can tolerate endless deceit. We need an explanation. You didn't see that coming, did you? The trial of the traitorous princess became the revelation of the real criminal mastermind. Lilias. Your Majesty, my father and brother cannot die in vain. Please tell me the truth about the Ston family. I also want to know why you did such a ruthless thing to my family. What's wrong, Uncle Zachary? Everyone is waiting for an answer. You want my answer? I've got nothing to say. Are you going to believe me, who has become the king, or this little bastard's groundless story? I have proven that it's inevitable for me to lead this country. I am the only king of vampires. Can the obsession with the truth make me a king and make the country thrive? Listen, you pedantic fools. A true leader and a great king will never care about right and wrong, he only weighs up the pros and cons. Truth and righteousness are insignificant compared to absolute power. Follow me, and I will create an unprecedented empire for you. The mana energy is so vigorous. You caused the turmoil for your own desire. And then you shamelessly claim that only you can end the turmoil. Isn't that ironic? I saw countless people starve to death and met groups of bandits on my way. The local ministers deceived the queen, ignored the law, and exploited their subordinates. The people were suffering. Is this how you make this country thrive? Don't be ridiculous. The changing of leadership always comes with a price. I don't have to explain that to you, do I? You care too much about righteousness, that's why I'm the one on the throne instead of you. Since you're already here, then you'll never get out alive. What? You're too old, elder, don't push yourself. Why don't you take a break over there? Your Highness, you are too partial, you let her out early and gave her the chance to show off. I was nearly bored to death in that place. Your Highness, forgive me if I'm late. You surprised me, Your Highness, you really have plan B. Now I finally know why that big piece of ice sacrificed herself to save you. What happened to Tina? She's dead, of course. I cut her into pieces and kept her fresh. Would you like to see her yourself? Kill them. She's not wavering. Your Majesty. How dare you take such liberties in my court? Elders, follow me to kill this bastard and eliminate her bloodline. They're the elders on Black's side. Don't be nosy if you'd like to live longer, old farts. You little bastard. No one can save you now. Calamity rank, Scarlet Claw. What? I think I've seen this dragon before. Even though it's a 4th level creature, we can still shoot it down. What? I can't use my mana energy. Save your strength. No one can use magic within the range of Miro's awakening spell. Now the elders are no threats at all. Damn it, haven't we sealed your bloodline? Why are you still alive? It takes more than a restless mind to hit me. That's... Yana, is her body good enough? Her bloodline is a bit weak, but it's enough to make me appear temporarily. What do you want? She's the best we can find for now, we'll have to make do with her. Go, Yana. My body. I'm not very used to this body, but I'll make do. Witch, you'd better destroy my soul completely, or I swear I'll kill you one day. Sounds like a good idea, but I'll let you live for a while and make you pay for what you did to Tina. The process of lifting the array may be a little painful, but it must be done soon. You can't wait either, can you? No. Your Highness Yana. You haven't regained all your power yet, can you do it? Removing the silent slaying array is just a cakewalk. Okay, I'm counting on you. Hang in there, Becky. Could it be? That's my queen. Looks like our foolishness has led to a big mistake. Elders, who do you think is the rightful heir to the throne now? How foolish we are. I'm afraid we have missed the chance to make up for our mistake. What are you old diehards waiting for? Protect Queen Soraya. Yes, Your Highness. You said you would make me the new king. How can you go back on your promise? Your Majesty. You just need to replace vampires' belief with the belief in Jurez. If you hesitate any longer, the throne will not be yours anymore. Can this thing really improve the power of my bloodline quickly? Your Majesty, it's not the first time we've cooperated, can't you trust me? Besides, You have no other choice. The ancestors of the ancient empire of vampires, please give your power to your legitimate heir. It was so easy to make you compromise. I thought you were a tough guy. You can't rule the empire without me, let alone get the treasures of vampires. I didn't say I would rule this empire, did I? What my master wants is chaos and war. As for your treasures, they'll be mine. Once I take over your body completely. I see. You're the mastermind behind all this. The mastermind. Snobs like you don't deserve an explanation. The palace was. What strong energy. My people, greet your mighty king who will rule for thousands of years. How foolish you are. In order to usurp the throne and seize power, you colluded with other races and started civil strife. Your governance was destructive, and you were brutal. Millions of vampires died because of you. You tried to bring disaster to the whole country. What makes you think you can be the king of vampires? Shut up, you bastard. I am the son of the eldest brother of the former queen and the most legitimate heir to the throne. Just because princes can't have the throne, I was disqualified from the right to compete for it. But you, a human, became the next heir. Is this fair? It seems the purity of the bloodline has an influence on intelligence to some extent. What? My sister Soraya was the most legitimate monarch throughout history. She was even comparable to the ancestors of the Blood Spirit Empire. Zachary, there are strict limits on every queen's first embrace. One bite on the neck isn't all it takes to make a princess. If Becky hadn't been qualified to inherit the bloodline, her veins would have exploded because she couldn't withstand the thick blood that I transferred to her. Ridiculous. Are you saying I'm not even as good as a creature of an inferior race? Then I'll defeat that inferior human. And take the bloodline that is rightfully mine. Your Highness. Don't worry, she can handle it. See, Her Highness Yana isn't as anxious as you. The deep fog spirit became immaterial after my bloodline was purified. Physical attacks can't hurt it at all. Puny trick. Master, catch this. Good timing. Let's do it, old friend. Your Majesty Zachary. Are you not gonna come out? What's that? I'm honored to be invited by the next queen. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a loyal and humble follower of Jurez. Everyone calls me the medical priest. It really was your doing, my beloved father. It's been a long time, my dear daughter. I'm glad that your family was finally reunited. I won't take up any more of your time. May I leave, Your Majesty Becky? You may. But there's only one exit. If I step out of here, even if I survive, I'll be seriously wounded, right? Your Majesty Becky, can I take it that you want to declare war on Jurez on behalf of the Scarlet Territory when you have just ascended to the throne and don't have many supporters? Don't threaten me with words that have other meanings. I'm not buying it. And I'm not the queen. I just want to punish you in my own name for making a mess in this country. I plan to let you grow up and then make you into materials. But I don't mind bringing this day forward. How arrogant. Ice and snow, nice elements. Thank you, I'll take them. The elements were absorbed. Very interesting, but I wonder if your artifact can stop the physical attack of blades. I've got enough materials. Let's see. What kind of potion can Guatemala's slash and the ice produced by the Calamity rank spell synthesize? It even possesses Guatemala's ability to absorb souls. What a strange and interesting awakening ability. Please don't interpret the power that Jurez gave me in such a silly way. This is one of Jurez's gifts for me, his loyal believer, the spiritual talent. It can turn any material into a potion, and all it takes is a bit of imagination. After all, I'm far away from home, so I have to use what I've got here and make potions on the spot. Don't be naive. That giant octopus wouldn't impart everything he knows to the lowly creatures in his eyes. Are you sure your spiritual talent really works that well? Guess what effect the potion produced by the 3 high concentration spells have? Queen Becky, Guatemala can reduce the time of uttering spells. But sometimes, casting spells too quickly only hastens your death. An ability with no restrictions. No, any ability has restrictions and side effects due to the balance of nature. My spiritual talent gives me an unparalleled ability to refine potions, but the restriction is I can't use any spells except for the awakening spell, which can devour and transform other people's spells. You didn't expect that, did you? The array that you're using to block my escape route will become your own grave. A devour-type ability. After waiting for so long, I finally met another guy who had a devour-type awakening spell too. I'm starting to get overjoyed. Don't tell me you want to use those 9 cards to turn the tables, Your Majesty. If so, you'd be wrong. I already know every skill you possess. The 9 cards are a part of my awakening spell indeed, but who told you they were my complete awakening spell? What? You must know how violent the last queen of the Blood Spirit Empire was, right? Scarlet Calamity, the greedy devourer. Don't you get it? These cards are just the products of my devouring. What's that? Her hair winds around her body, and blood flows down her hair and body and forms a blood pool. I used the cards to fight because I didn't want to show how ugly I look when I'm eating. You're bluffing. Damn it, what kind of monster is that? Jures. Please protect me, your humble and devout believer. What kind of potion can this form? No, something is eating my mana core. Stop. I can't believe he escaped. Whatever, I got what I wanted, maybe I can let him live. The Infinite Mirage Potion Bag. Did his spiritual talent turn into a devouring card? I got another card. That's... Welcome back, Your Majesty. Yana, this bloodline isn't strong enough to restore all your power, but it can maintain your current form. Take it. Thank you, I'll treasure it. Your Highness. I'm so glad you're all right. Stay away from my mother, Her Highness. Don't be rude, Sitha. Lika is the Lady of the Southern States. Your Highness, I've adopted your policy in all the southern states. The people who were oppressed by the nobility for a long time and suffered from hunger and cold all praised your good deeds and benevolence. Your Highness, all the hostile forces inside and outside the capital have been wiped out. We're waiting for your orders. Thank you. Now. Miro. Yes, Master. Now, I'll announce the first royal decree of Princess Becky. Headed by Sadice, a total of 9 aristocrats, including Mutland, Gago, and Joseph, helped a tyrant, colluded with our enemy, and brought catastrophe to the people. Her Highness Becky upheld justice and fulfilled the wishes of the people. She's decided to eliminate all the 9 families and anyone else involved. No one shall be spared. Have mercy, Your Highness. We were deceived by Sadice. Please give me another chance. From now on, Lika Lathembo and Sitha Brantley will be the leaders of the Stone family and the Brantley family respectively. Their fiefs remain unchanged, and the Stone family will take over the southern states. I will immediately release the Prime Minister Badgley and the leader of the Laferno family who were framed and imprisoned, and their positions remain unchanged. Zachary, the traitor, tried to usurp the throne, but considering the contribution he made in the past, I hereby allow him to be buried in the royal cemetery. Where's the Council of Elders? Your Majesty Soraya, we were too foolish to recognize you. We helped a tyrant and nearly made a big mistake. Please punish us. Nim, you helped with the siege of the Principality of Laferno, right? Yes, your right hand Miss Tina died because of me. I'm willing to pay for what I did. Please punish me. I've made up my mind. You're not allowed to drink anymore. But, Your Majesty, I can't be bothered to argue with a bunch of 1,000-year-old geezers. What's the duty of the Council of Elders? Go back and think about it. And I have to make one thing clear. Call me Becky instead of Soraya. Although I inherited her power, soul, and memory, I prefer to live as Becky. My daughter looks more like a queen than I do now. She didn't let me down. The Cloud Yard, Royal Palace. That's what happened. Well, a lot of twists and turns, right? All the members of the Satice family who harmed you were executed, and so were those families that colluded with them. I didn't spare any of them. By the way, the Laferno family has become the biggest family in the Empire. Everyone is waiting for you to wake up and take over the family. Look, I plaited your hair just like how you plaited mine last time. It's so beautiful. I've been talking alone. Why are you ignoring me? Didn't you say we'd have a get-together again? Your Highness. Elder Nim is here. I told you not to call me that. Mr. Vilo, how does it feel to be a servant? Thank you for sparing my life, Your Highness. Don't thank me, I'm not so lenient. I didn't kill you only because you're Tina's brother. I know I made a big mistake. I will do everything in my power to serve you, Your Highness. Your Highness, the rebellion in the Northwest has been quelled, and the rebel forces have been enlisted as you said. Now that peace has been restored, it's time for you to. I told you I didn't want to succeed to the throne. Ask Lilias, Yana, or anyone you want. No, the rules have to be followed. The former queen or your sister can manage this country. But only you, the member of the royal family with the purest blood, are the truly legitimate heir to the throne. Go back and tell those guys to leave me alone. I'm not interested in being the queen. I just want to find a way to wake you up. Tell them I won't succeed to the throne unless. Unless what? Unless you can make Tina wake up. Don't go back on your word. Your Majesty. I've been worried about you. I thought you'd never wake up again. Since you're taking care of me in person, it's good to stay this way for the rest of my life. Don't be silly. If you stayed unconscious, I would search for a cure no matter where I have to go. I'm already happy to hear that you're willing to do this for me. So, Your Majesty, don't go back on your promise. You two just tricked me. After Tina woke up last night, I asked her to persuade you. I want to see you ascending to the throne too. That doesn't count. If you don't be the queen, I'll faint again. You may as well stay unconscious. Queen's Landing, Sapporo Land. Is that old bat here? Since when do you care about the former queen so much, Your Highness? I don't care about her, it's just that the ceremony can't be held without her. Don't worry, Her Majesty has arrived, everything is ready. You look beautiful today too. If only I could dress you up like this every day. I don't want to wear this every day, it's so tight, I can hardly breathe. No, I need to change into something else. It's such an important ceremony, just bear it for a while. It's time to go, Your Highness. What are you doing? It's too late to change now. I hope this annoying ceremony will end soon. I want to have a decent meal after this. Vampires returned to Sapporo Land, where their ancestors had lived for thousands of years. The grand coronation was held in Queen's Landing. The 26th Scarlet Queen Lilias Lathembo handed her power over to the princess who rebuilt the empire. Becky Lathembo ascended to the throne. In order to inherit the glory of their ancestors, the Scarlet Empire was renamed Blood Spirit Empire, known as the second Blood Spirit Empire in history. The Stone Room. It's really hard to accept it. My enemy rebuilt her empire and returned home in triumph, but there's nothing I can do. Please calm down. Maggie has infiltrated the Moon Knight's core. We did make progress. There are 3 state-protecting families in the medieval Orchid Empire. You've gained the support of the descendants of 2 families. Although the resurrection ceremony failed, you regained half of your memory and strength. It's not enough. I want all my strength back. I'll wipe out everything on this continent and trample the Blood Spirit Empire underfoot. I want her to know the consequence of betraying me. Without the descendants of all three families, my strength will always be limited. Hasn't that traitor of the Sarang family yielded? No, he refused to serve you. That stubborn mule even had the guts to swallow the poison that could destroy his bloodline during the ceremony. I'm afraid it's hard to make him tell us where the last descendant of the Sarang family is. And he asked me to tell you. That person doesn't want to see you. He can't hide from me. When he was born with this bloodline, he was destined to bear the responsibility. I will find him no matter where he is hiding. Your Majesty, that old man is useless. Why don't we kill him in case he hinders us? Since he's a descendant of the Sarang family, it's okay to keep him alive. Falcon Ned, I remember my father promised to marry me to you before my memories awakened. Do you remember that, Your Majesty? I hate to sound offensive, but he made that promise without my knowledge before my memories awakened. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I dare not wish for things that I don't deserve. I'm glad you understand. I want to go for a walk alone. Don't follow me. Does Luna have no more feelings for that bastard after she regained her memories? Judging by her reaction, I think her feelings for him have turned into pure hatred and resentment. Good, this is what the daughter of Sorrow Kiffin should be like. Thanks to the Vampire Queen, Luna's hatred will separate them forever. What's wrong? You don't look very happy. She seems less interested in me. When her soul awakened, she regained her feelings from her previous life too. She's destined to choose one of the members of the state-protecting families as her partner. Your only rival has been eliminated. You can give it a shot. Got it. The Grand Palace in Scarlet Territory. Your Majesty, since you occupied the territory of the Leaf clans, many chiefs of the clans around the Imperial State have expressed their willingness to join the Blood Spirit Empire. And after seeing your strength, the Dihomo giants in the north said they wouldn't set foot in the area near the Meteor River again. Should we continue to attack the Dihomo giants and occupy their land to recover all the territories of the old Blood Spirit Empire? And, yesterday, the chiefs of the Red Leaf, Green Leaf, Cyan Leaf, and Withered Leaf clans brought 4 children to the palace, claiming that they wanted you to discipline their children. I think the children were sent here as hostages. The Empire can't stand another war, and we don't have that many capable ministers to rule that much land. We'll temporarily call a truce with the Dihomo giants in the north. As for the 4 children, have Lord Laferno educate them. Why am I so busy, while that old bat can lead a leisurely retirement? But aren't you still in the mood for a stroll in the backyard? Greetings, Your Majesty. Come on, you don't need to greet me like that, it's boring. This isn't boring, you're the ruler of the Blood Spirit Empire, this is the rule. Rules again, you know I hate to see flattering expressions the most, and since I ascended to the throne, you really left everything to me. It's your empire, after all. Did the old bat go through the same experience when she became the queen? Whatever, do whatever you want, I don't care. Whatever I want, Your Majesty. What do you want? Stay away. No. You're the queen, of course you have to bear this. Do you want your cute mother to take charge of the country so that you can run away again? That's not gonna happen, because I've been corrupted and can't run a country anymore. Is a leisurely life really that appealing? Humans have a saying that one should always eye something better. Anyway, I need to go back, and you'll be in charge when I'm away. No, that chair is yours, don't think you can put me on it and leave everything behind. I'll leave the ink staff in the palace so that Miro can keep you safe. Yana can help you with state affairs. Are you really going to leave, Your Majesty? Why, I can do all the work for you. You can spend some time on recreation, the country is yours, you can do whatever you want. Please don't leave. Yana. I'll be back. It's just that there's something I can't let go. Your Majesty. I'm counting on you then. Yana, she's not Queen Soraya. She's the 27th Scarlet Queen Becky Lathembo. And Becky isn't just herself. In the Human Federation. Hello, I'm here to take my sword. He didn't lock the door before leaving, that blacksmith is always so careless. I'm coming in. Is that? There's Miro's scent on it. Is this the sword that the dwarf forged for me? A sword that releases fire. Very interesting. Filthy vampire. The flames actually have the power to suppress vampires. Don't touch me. Kill the filthy vampire. What an annoying sword. It feels as if it was made to kill vampires. I'll destroy you. Filthy. Kill. So troublesome. In that case. Its flames are burning my soul. Neither physical blows nor soul-sucking attacks can harm it. But the skills of vampires aren't all I know. I hate you, vampire. Looks like you're just an effective weapon against vampires. But I'm not an ordinary vampire. So, what should I do with you? I haven't had this feeling for a long time. But you can't possibly wake up. Night White. I turned into a human again. Is it because of this sword? I'm Spark. I hate vampires. Human, take me. Let's kill vampires together. What? This sword is racist. It hates vampires, but it can communicate with humans. I don't know why I turned into a human again, but it's good that I did, and compared to thinking, I prefer finding out the answer in practice. Well, Mr. Spark, please accompany me to pick up someone. Is it a vampire? Vampires shall perish. Not a vampire, but not a human either. It's my cat, to be exact. Human City. I didn't expect to come back here as a human. Stupid sword, I hate you. Inside the Moon Knight's core's barrier. Dormitory area. Why can't I see a soul? Is everyone out for a mission? It seems you have a good weapon, Mr. Thief. But the Moon Knight's core hasn't become so weak that it allows invaders to strut in. Hey, Terry. Isn't this welcoming ceremony a bit overdone? White. Sorry, the situation in the Human Federation has been tense lately. I didn't expect you to come back. By the way, what's that expensive-looking sword? Well, this is the sword I asked the blacksmith to forge. It's called Spark. Is it the remade sword Silver Throne? They do look a bit similar. No, they look totally different from any angle. Which part is from Silver Throne? The blacksmith told me that the broken sword was originally the sword of Watcher, the fourth king of knights. Watcher, never heard of him. Was he famous? Any knight knows Night Watcher. You. Speaking of which, why is such a suspicious book in a man's room? Let me take a look. It's Kerr's diary. Today is the first day my master left. I miss him. It's a lovely day. Meow. It's been a week, and I still get up and go to work energetically. I'm not sure how I am going to treat him when he comes back. Should I pretend that I'm angry about his long absence and shout at him? But even so, I can still act cute, right? It's been 2 months. Am I abandoned? Another week passed. Maybe Mr. White really has something important to do. It doesn't matter. I can wait. I must stay strong and take care of everything until he comes back. Well, looks like Kerr has been waiting for you. Reading people's diaries without permission is not a good habit. Don't be shy. Mr. White. All right, this should keep your mouth shut. Kerr usually calls me master, but in the latter part of this diary, she called me Mr. White. I hate to sound rude, but the bread tastes awful. Where did you buy it? An old priest gave it to me when I entered the city. He looked devout, but somehow, I thought he was suspicious. I want Lynn to investigate it. So, it's not for me, and it's from a suspicious man. Yes, very suspicious. Damn, I think I feel something. It's hot and itchy. What's going on? My skin is hot and itchy. White, scratch it for me. It's hot and itchy. There really is something wrong with the old priest. White, you tricked me. You should have respected Kerr's privacy. The Moon Knight's core has an excellent medical system. Apart from technological means, they can use magic spells to heal people as well. Please do not imitate Mr. White's prank. Do not accept food from strangers. Commercial Street, Human City. Tell them to keep an eye on those who ate the bread. Once they start to scratch, or there's something like a rash on their skin, take them away secretly, understand? Yes, Father. The medical center in the Moon Knight's Corps base. Finally, it doesn't itch so much. White, don't you think you trust me too much? We haven't seen each other for a long time, and many things have happened to the Moon Knight's Corps. Anyway, knights shouldn't give their weapons to others. Except for my companions. I don't trust the Moon Knight's Corps. I trust you. Keep it safe. I can't afford to lose your treasure. It's not wise to come back to the city now. The Holy Hall Association is still looking for you vigorously, and the bounty on your head has been increasing. The Moon Knight's Corps kept your identity even though you had been AWOL for so long. It's a personal decision made by Chestnut, and it doesn't represent the attitude of the leadership. Anyway, don't trust anybody. Not the Moon Knight's Corps, not even me. We are the weakest race. If we abandon our trust, humans can't even survive until the next century. Tell me what's happening in the Human Federation. You haven't changed at all. The Human Federation. The biggest problems nowadays are the Holy Hall Association and elves. After the Empress of the medieval Orchid Empire woke up, the 13 families submitted one after another, so the Holy Hall Association gained the power to overthrow the Federation. The elves' rule is threatened, and there will naturally be some uneasiness at this time. Since you are wanted for collusion with evil races, the appearance of Knight Skylight, the 5th King of Knights, will be the best stabilizer for the Federation's rule. What they need is not your strength but your identity as the symbol of chivalry. No one has the confidence to control a King of Knights unless they start with someone he cares about. Someone close to me. Kur. Yes, if you don't show up, Kur will be a worthless bargaining chip. The rulers will limit her freedom, but her safety is guaranteed. But once the King of Knights shows up, she will be involved in this conflict and become a pawn. But I don't think you would accept the option of doing nothing. This is the bait that the rulers carefully prepared for you. Be careful. Bait. The Commercial Street in Moon Knight's Corps barrier. Welcome to Kur. Mr. White. You're finally back. I was so afraid. I was afraid that you had abandoned me. I was even more afraid that you would not come back because you were in danger. I won't leave Kur behind. Miss Elf. But seeing your poor acting skills is making me suffer, Miss Elf. You took Kur and came up with such a simple trick. Is this the attitude of elves? Mr. White, I have a piece of advice for you. If you pretend you know nothing, our communication will be much smoother. You want to see that cat again, right? Elves proclaimed themselves a noble race, but now you're disguising yourself to threaten others. This just proves that you're very important to us. FYI, we have never cared so much about a human before. And one more thing, please do not worry. Your cat is safe, she gets enough food and sleep, and she's popular in our place. But of course, her safety comes at a price. It's based on cooperation. Believe me, my race is doing this to safeguard peace for mankind as well. We even established a barrier to protect humans. As a member of the Moon Knight's Corps, you must know its policy. Humans, orcs, subcatus, and even vampires can join us as long as they believe in the same creed. So please cooperate with us. What do you want me to do? Continue to participate in the Moon Knight's Corps' operations. As for the specific tasks, you will find out soon enough. Alright, but I'll act on my own judgment. She said the elves were trying to protect humans. But anything comes at a price. I've got one more question for you. When did you start to suspect me? When I read the diary, the ways she addressed me were inconsistent. Master suddenly turned into Mr. White at some point. I assume that was when you abducted Kur. You spent a lot of time trying to lure me here, but you missed the most basic detail, the way she addresses me. Kur would only call me Master. When you called me Mr. White, my conjecture was further proved. I see. Well, now I'll leave you to your colleague. Why didn't you return to the core as soon as you could? Why are you chatting leisurely here? Catherine. You left and acted without permission. No, Catherine, I can explain. Have you any idea how much trouble you made for the Moon Knight's core? Lynn has submitted her report on the preliminary investigation into the bread incident you reported. Now we need to verify it. Now that you're back, I need you to do your job. Okay. Commercial Street. In what way do you think these rags can help us with our verification? Lynn said we were more likely to be given the bread this way. Are we going to disguise ourselves as beggars? And we need to drink these. You can always trust Brian and his potions. What's this? It's for the disguise. We'll come out in the same rash after drinking it. This way, we won't give ourselves away. My hair turned black. What are you doing over there? To avoid the inadequacies of our disguise, you'll have to put up with this. What do you want? Go away, you cockroach. Cheer up. Catherine in disguise. If your face were too clean, it would give you away very easily. Thank you, miss. May God bless you. White in disguise. You've got a few more copper coins. You really are skilled and professional, Mr. Cockroach. Thanks. Catherine, I feel itchy. Hang in there, you have to put up with it until the target shows up. Target in sight. Sir, please give us something. You're so young, and there are plenty of jobs in the city. Why are you begging here? I've never been a laborer since I was a kid. Besides, my sister is not in good health and needs to be taken care of. Please be kind and give us something. Never been a laborer before. He does have fair skin and looks like a child from a wealthy family. Thanks to the blessing of God, I can demonstrate His grace and might in the earthly world. Here, this is God's food for you. Feel free to have some. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Catherine is actually a pretty good actress. Brother, I feel itchy. Me too. I didn't expect it to take effect so soon. They're very likely to be bloodline vessels. Yes, catch them. What are you doing? Where are you taking us? Sir, my family used to be wealthy, but now we don't have anything valuable on us. It's a waste of time kidnapping us. Don't worry, young man, the benevolent God doesn't want to see you suffer. Be gentle, don't hurt them. If these two bloodline vessels are both awakened successfully, Her Majesty will be very pleased. It's not so easy to awaken bloodline vessels. Let's set off first. In Lance's territory, they became so valuable after eating some bread and having a rash. We were even asked to keep them unharmed. Stop complaining. Send these bloodline vessels to Her Majesty, or we'll be scolded again. Don't bother. We'll go there ourselves. After handling you two. A vampire and a human. It's the Moon Knight's core. Bingo. Looks like the other one is pretty fast. You're never gonna catch me. Sorry for being late. It took me some time to track them down. Ray, supporter, Moon Knight's core. Good timing. When did you return, White? Just today. Come here and take a look. I knew it. They brought the humans they caught in the city here. Don't worry, he's only temporarily unconscious. He'll wake up soon. They captured so many people. What do you think Luna, the Divine Empress, is up to? We're here to find out. Don't worry, we're not the only team taking part in this operation. The rescue team will come as well. Our job is to find out what they're planning so the Federation will know how to deal with them. The Divine Empress may harm these innocent people. We have to stop her. What's this? A teleportation rune. I think they're using this to teleport the captives to their camp. Let's use it to go there as well. We can get there through this hole. Let's go. Remember, our sole mission is to get information. Not long ago, the Moon Knight's core released some inside information. The Divine Empress has only one purpose. That is to restore the glory of the medieval Orchid Empire. The emperor of the medieval Orchid Empire once cast a curse on mankind. When only 1/10 of humans remain, the heirs to the medieval Orchid bloodline will be fully awakened. The Divine Empress will lead the Holy Hall to kill 90% of humans. Then, Bland will be burned down in war again. But the heirs to the medieval Orchid bloodline are indistinguishable from ordinary people. A massacre won't be good for them either. You're right. Unless they've discovered a way to identify the heirs. Your Majesty, the ceremony is ready. I'm starting to get bored, too. Let's begin. Luna Lance, the Divine Empress. Yes, Your Majesty. I hereby offer you the blood of the Sorrow family of the medieval Orchid Empire. Descendant of the ancient empire. Reveal your true form. Your Majesty, the bloodline vessel has awakened. White, calm down. Luna, how did you become who you are now? What's your name? Anna. Don't be afraid, Anna. Those who turned into blood mist were not my subjects but lowlier creatures. Hurry up, we've run out of bloodline vessels. What's taking you so long? Sacrificing innocent lives. Is this how you do it? Luna. Is this how you do it, Luna? It's been 6 months since I've last seen you. I didn't expect you to show up here. Bastard vampire. Kill him for me. Yes. Your Majesty. What? He's not dead. Attack. I'll show you the power that Her Majesty bestowed upon us. Get ready for the punishment of the goddess. A collective spell. I have to interrupt them. You shouldn't be here. Filthy vampire. Falcon Ned, cross spear. Cut the crap. No, the formation is almost finished. I thought you were competent when you broke free. So troublesome. I didn't expect you to have helpers, but even though the spell is weakened by your trick, it's still not something that a human being can bear. White. Cockroach. Farewell, King of Knights, a traitor. How much longer are you going to fool me with this frail body? Scarlet Calamity, greedy devourer, and the last queen of Blood Spirit Empire Soraya Lathembo. Right now. I'm not Queen Soraya. I'm white, a human. What an interesting self-introduction. In that case, I have a proposal. Stop resisting and let me kill you. The soul in your body was the strongest person in the Second Era. If she shows up, we will be in danger again. Die for me, knight. Catherine, why? Don't get distracted during the fight. Cockroach. Catherine. It seems you're the one who can take the information back to the Federation. Don't be silly. Don't vampires heal very quickly? You'll return to the Federation alive. Your Majesty, why? The vampires are over there. I'll handle the vampires later. If you hadn't made mistakes when looking for bloodline vessels, that bastard vampire and his friend wouldn't have come here. I don't need any of you, it's you who need me. Prove your worth to me. If you still can't make them stay, you'll end up dead as well. Damn it. Everybody, attack together, kill them. A bunch of losers. Ray, I'll leave the rest to you. Don't worry, White, I'll take Catherine back to the Federation. I didn't expect someone who couldn't even cast spells to hinder my plan again and again. Why don't you complain? Why don't you fear? Why don't you beg for mercy? Why don't you give up? You're the only human who can upset me so much. Why did you stop my attack, Maggie? You. Because of your identity, Your Majesty. White is a hero of the Federation, if you want to be the future ruler of the Federation. Maggie Terry, Cross Longbow. You must not be criticized for his murder. Are you saying I should let him go? No, I'm just asking you to give me the task of stopping this man. A duel between kings of knights. Fine, I'll give you this chance. Why, Terry? Why did I show up? Why am I helping the Holy Hall Association? Or why do we have the same armor? You really are. Yes, I'm Terry of the Moon Knight's Corps, Night Watcher of the Human Federation, and a descendant of the Cross Longbow family, one of the 3 state-protecting families in the medieval Orchid Empire. To offer loyalty to the awakened Divine Empress is an honor given to me by fate. Enough chit-chat, use your sword to find the answers to your questions. That's exactly what I want. Must you be loyal to the Divine Empress even though you have to sacrifice innocent people? Is that your so-called honor? Answer me. Their sacrifices are necessary. A race that cannot cast spells can only be hunted and bred in captivity by other races. Making the medieval Orchid Empire strong again is the right path. Power gained from desecrating lives will never bring peace. Peace, only the weak beg for something like that. As long as we break the curse, my people will rule this continent again, and peace will be easy to obtain. Chivalry is just an unnecessary burden. The fact that you can't even maintain the form of Night Skylight for the sake of your so-called justice is the best proof of my correctness. There are stronger or weaker races. But there are no noble or lowly lives. Oh no. The Saints' 13 verdicts. So troublesome. Luna, why? Your Majesty. Remember, you killed Night Skylight alone. I'll keep that in mind. What are you doing, Your Majesty? Vampires' broken limbs can grow back. Only the medieval orchid blood blessed by the divine cup can kill them. Farewell. Goddamn vampire queen. Can't take it already. You may as well let me take over. No. Don't. Your Majesty. What? My dear sister. Never let your guard down until the last drop of vampire blood evaporates. Why are you still alive? Don't use your poor imagination to estimate the power of the vampire queen. The Saints' 13. A spell, give up already. Just like how your blood weakens vampires. My blood weakens you too. Just like how your blood weakens vampires, my blood weakens you too. Your Majesty. Puny trick. She defeated Falcon with one finger. Is that the strength of the strongest person in the Second Era? Have you seen the gap between us? Now. Go to hell. Stop. Why are you stopping me? White. Don't kill her. She plans to slaughter the human race. Luna is just being used, let her go. Use your brain, the only soul in that body is the ancient empress of the medieval Orchid Empire. Luna is gone. Spare her. For the last time. Are you okay, Your Majesty? I'm fine, go get the divine cup. You've got a good brother, Luna. I really want to kill you, but this stubborn guy keeps begging me, and he's so annoying. Empress of the medieval Orchid Empire, I won't spare you the next time we meet. Well. Satisfied now. My body. Knight. Will you die for honor? Yes, it's my duty. Your stupid question makes me laugh. I'm not going to die for that silly reason. Are you willing to have sympathy for those who suffer misfortune? Will you kindly treat your enemies who have lost the ability to resist? I swear I will always be kind to the weak, face injustice bravely, help anyone in need, and fight for the ones who cannot resist suppression. How inflexible! Since your enemies are useless, you should get rid of them. To prevent future trouble. How did I turn into this?